Good day. Today we will be discussing a global city named Dubai. I am Rolly Conducto, together with my groupmates Jessica De La Cruz and Brandon Crucio. We'll show you all the good sides of this city and also its bad sides. Jessica, take the floor.
So first, let us discuss about some basic information about Dubai. So Dubai is a city in United Arab Emirates or UAE, and it is the wealthiest city in the Middle East and the 30th wealthiest city in the world. So meron silang private wealth worth $517 billion. So yung population naman ng Dubai ngayon ay nasa 3.5 million, and about 92% of its population in 2021 are non-Emiratis. So next. So Dubai have more than 130 Guinness World Records. So 11 titles ang meron for Burj Khalifa. So this includes the tallest building in the world because it stands at 828 meters. So, meron din siyang title na highest residential apartments, which is 385 meters above ground level. So, yung 1/4 ng building na to ay hindi habitable since masyado nang manipis. So, yung design niya hindi appropriate para makatira yung mga tao. And next one is the Dubai Miracle Garden, which holds 3 titles. So, isa dito ay yung biggest flower garden and world's largest flora installation. So, makikita nyo dito yung may airplane. So, Dubai also has the fastest police car in service. So, ang UAE actually, gumagamit sila ng supercars as police car. So, yung meron sa Dubai ay yung Bugatti Veyron na may bilis na 253 miles per hour. So they also have the largest picture frame. So ito ay isang architectural landmark in Zabel Park sa Dubai, which stands at 150 meters or 492 feet. So next. So next fun fact is there are lavish incentives for the Emiratis. So yung mga citizens ng UAE ay merong privileges such as free education, free residential places, and free healthcare services. So etong mga services na to or privileges, common naman siya din sa ibang bansa. Pero ang kaibahan ng dito sa UAE is that foreigners cannot apply for a citizenship unless nominated sila by royals or officials. So next. So another fun fact, Dubai is home for world's first 7-star hotel. So yung Burj Al Arab rather, ay stands on a man-made island, and yung interior niya is decorated with approximately 1,790 square meters of 24 karat gold. So Dubai and yung whole UAE actually ay masyadong they love gold. So actually another fun fact is that meron silang ATM na nagdi-disperse ng gold. So next. So, there are no income tax. So, ito yung one of the reasons why people come to Dubai to work dahil wala ngang income tax and personal taxes. But of course, the government have to provide for its citizens. So, meron din mga tax yung mga businesses such as oil and gas. So, meron silang 55% tax, so sobrang laki. And meron din yung mga entertainment and leisure activities, meron din mga tax. So kapag pumunta ka sa hotel, meron silang 10% service fee. So yung fee na yun, di siya napupunta dun sa service crew pero sa government. So yun, napaka mahal mag-enjoy sa Dubai. So going back to Rolik.
Ayan, thanks Jessica. So now we've seen how really good is Dubai is. So in terms of globalization, we've seen that 92% of their population are non-Emiratis or 92% is foreign. So dun pa lang kitang-kita mo na kung gaano kalaki yung influensya ng other countries pagdating sa kanila, and it's just the people. Paano pa yung industries nila and other stuff. Wherein napakarami nga sa kanila is meron pang world record. Seems to be really good, but is that everything about Dubai? I don't think so. Let's now go on its dark side. So, one issue that Dubai faces is its air quality. Sinabi natin air quality, napaka-common na problem na nito sa buong mundo. Pero gano'n nga ba kalala sa Dubai? So, PM 2.5 reading of 40.9 microgram per cubic meter as a yearly average. So, yung PM 2.5 is a type of air pollutant, while 40.9 microgram per cubic meter is gano'n ka-concentrated yung pollutant na yan kada cubic meter. So, itong reading na to is categorized as unhealthy for sensitive groups. It's like the third mula sa pinaka-clean na group. So it's not that high. Pero kasi 40.9 is average pa lang. Makita niyo later kung ano na ba talaga yung recent na reading sa kanila, and it's really far away from this average. Because of that, Dubai is the first place out of all cities in UAE pagdating sa may pinakamaduming hangin or worst air quality in all cities in UAE. And pagdating sa world ranking, it is the 222nd worst city in the world. As you can see here, air pollution causing 65,000 annual deaths in Middle East. So, air pollution, 65,000 annual deaths. That's pretty large amount of deaths na hindi siya compared din sa ibang health issues na makita natin, di talaga binilang lang mismo yung nagdulot ng air pollution. And this is by Greenpeace researchers. Meron din silang findings na Dubai is one of the 50 top global hotspots for a certain pollutant named nitrogen oxides. So itong nitrogen oxide natin, pwede siya ma-affect sa respiratory tract na making people vulnerable to infections and asthma. And that's just the shorter ones, but long-term exposures can cause chronic lung disease. Ibig sabihin, mas tumatagal kang manirahan sa Dubai, mas nagiging prone ka dito sa mga type ng disease na to. And yan, baka mapapilang ka dyan sa 65,000 annual deaths. But exploring further, 60 million are actually at risk. At risk meaning they're not yet di pa sila nagkakasakit or di pa sila namamatay. Pero manirahan lang sila sa Dubai is at risk na sila. Ganyan kalaki yung population na delikado ang buhay ngayon dahil naninirahan sila sa Dubai. Sabi nga ni Dr. Beza Mahbob, a consultant pulmonologist and head of the Emirates Allergy and Respiratory Society, there's a relationship between air pollution and lung function. Studies have shown that pollution increases the risk of lung cancer and cardiovascular diseases, which can cause heart attacks or strokes. Heart attacks or strokes, pagdating sa ibang country, di ba usually pinakuha to sa mga kinakain like fatty foods or unhealthy diet. But dito sa Dubai, breathing the air alone could cause you such diseases. Ganyan kalala yung dumi ng air sa Dubai. Furthermore, extreme temperatures. We all know that Dubai is really mainit talaga because they're in the tropics and they're in the desert. So, mainit na talaga dyan. But ano bang nagagawa ng pollution? Bakit siya nagawang extreme? Yung init na normally na nararamdaman ng mga tao is times 2. About times 2 ng ginagawa dahil sa pollution na to. So, on the average, ang naging resulta is about 36 degrees Celsius yung init na naitala sa Dubai. But that's just the init na naitala. Pag tinignan natin yung heat index, which is yung init na nararamdaman talaga ng mga tao, umaabot to sa 48 to 50 degrees Celsius. Ganun kalala yung init na nararamdaman nila. Next. As you can see here, this will focus now on researches. Outdoor air pollution was the leading contributor to death, base kay Thompson et al. So makita niyo dito sa box plot na to, yung cause ng outdoor air pollution is napakalamang sa indoor air pollution, occupational exposures, drinking water, and all other causes of death. Siya yung pinakalamang dyan na cause ng death pagdating sa Dubai, yung air nila. However, when checking the indoor air pollution, hindi rin nalalayo. Pumasok ka man or lumabas ng bahay, ganun rin. As you can see in the right side, we have means for toluene, 156, formaldehyde, TVOC, 595, 208, 754, and stuff. So yung VOCs na specifically toluene, based on World Health Organization, ang safe levels nila is around 120 microgram per cubic meter, and all of these are exceeding 120. Ibig sabihin nun, kahit nasa loob ka ng bahay, di ka pa rin makakaligtas sa air pollution. Hanggang doon is pahamak ka. Loob man or labas ng bahay, delikado yung air pollution sa Dubai. Magkakasakit kayo, at yun yung maaring cause of death ninyo in the future. But before we go on kung bakit ba naging ganito kalala yung air pollution sa Dubai, mainly because of globalization, we will discuss first the technicalities about the topic air pollution. So, let's remove the confusing terms. First, air pollution versus air quality. So, air pollution usually ginagamit ng normal na mga tao, but scientists and researchers usually refer to the standard term air quality. Air quality is a measure of how clean or polluted an air is. So again, pag sinabing air pollution, tumutukoy lang siya kung gaano kadumi yung paligid. Pag sinabi natin air quality, siya yung measurement ng both sides, gaano kalinis or gaano kadumi, gaano kalala. Kaya siya yung mas standard gamitin pagdating sa researches and studies. So for a deeper meaning, air quality actually refers to the concentration of different air pollutants in certain region or places. So instead of gaano kadumi or gaano kalinit, ang talaga minimeasure niya is ano ba yung concentration ng pollutants dun sa area na minimeasure natin. So, what are these air pollutants? Based on RA 8749 or the Philippine Clean Air Act of 1999, air pollutant is any particle or matter besides oxygen, nitrogen, water vapor, and carbon dioxide. And the inert gases all in their natural or normal concentrations. Ibig sabihin, anything besides dito sa normal, ito yung normal na nakikita natin sa atmosphere. Anything besides that is air pollutant. Ito yung mga nagkakos ng mild to severe health defects to humans. This includes the categories for that: primary, secondary, tertiary, and tertiary pollutants. So for you can see here, ito yung like a summary talaga ng air pollution. We have three types of sources in here. We have first the natural sources like volcanic eruptions. We have the stationary sources like here, factories or even our houses, basta hindi gumagalaw, nag-contribute na air pollution, those are stationary. The third one, which may be the most prevalent, the mobile sources. All types of vehicles are mobile sources. Kung combustions nila at kung anong ginagawa nila, nag-contribute sa air pollution, those are mobile sources. So, from these sources, lahat ng direkta lumalabas dyan, yun yung tinatawag natin na primary pollutants. These chemicals such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfides, oxides, and hydrocarbons and suspended particles. So itong mga to, direkta silang lumalabas dito. Sila yung primary pollutants. Tapos pag nagkaroon tayo ng chemical reactions sa atmosphere with the help of the sun and other factors, makaproduce tayo ng mas malalang secondary pollutants. As you can see here, medyo madami sila. And ito yung mas visible talaga, some of them, and we'll discuss them later. So as a summary, primary air pollutants is composed of these six: carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, lead, volatile organic compounds, and particulate matters. Carbon monoxide is usually yung nakuha natin sa combustions. Tapos nitrogen oxides, sulfur dioxide, lead usually is sa factories and stuff. But lahat sila is delikado dyan, especially not especially that sila is delikado dyan. So, volatile organic compounds also. So we'll focus on one of them, which is the particulate matter, since ito yung pinakamalala ang measurements dito sa Dubai. So particulate matter are also called particle pollution as defined by the United States Environmental Protection Agency. It refers to a mixture of solid particles such as dust, dirt, soot, or smoke, and liquid droplets found in the air. So you can see here, this sa mga una, we have like puro chemicals sila, right? Carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, lead, and organic compounds. But yung particulate matter is not an ordinary chemical like this. This is like any object You can see your dust, dirt, soot, any object siya na sobrang liit na lumulutang na siya sa hangin. Yun yung particulate matter. Exploring, as you can see here, para magets nyo kung gaano ba siya kaliit, we have fine beach sand or yung buhangin, 90 micrometer yung size ng diameter niya. Yung mas maliit sa kanya is yung buhok, which is human hair, 50 to 70 micrometer. How about yung PMs natin, particulate matter, we have two kinds, PM2.5 and PM10. Yung PM10, 10 micrometer. Ibig sabihin, mas maliit siya ng 5 times human hair. While yung PM2.5, 2.5 micrometer. Mas maliit siya ng 20 times human hair. Sabihin yung particulate matter, this is like 5 to 20 times na mas maliit or mas manipis sa human hair. Ganun kaliit siya, kaya siya tinawag o particulate matter, and nagkaroon siya ng separate na category. So bakit ba delikado itong mga ganito kaliliit na bagay? Di ba mas maliit nga sila sa air, as a hair. Eh di ba we have, our immune system has hairs like in our nose and in our trachea to filter out dirt and other materials. Pero since mas maliliit sila dito, pag in-inhale natin yung ganito kaliliit, is na diretso sila sa baga natin, sa loob ng katawan natin. Yun yung nagdudulot ng sakit. And itong maliliit na bagay na to, na hindi kayang i-filter out ng ating immune system, ito yung malalang kita sa Dubai. So, yan, we've understood now the primary pollutants. Now we'll go to secondary pollutants. This is also a major problem here in Dubai. As you can see here, we have ozone layer in the top part. That is the normal ozone layer, yung nagpa-block ng sun UV rays and nakakatulong talaga sa Earth. But dahil sa pollution, nagkakaroon ng tropospheric ozone layer. Kumbaga, kalinis siya ng mga clouds natin. Ano bang meron doon? Instead of helping with blocking the sunlight, ang binablock niya is yung different chemicals and pollutants na nasa air. Kinukulong niya yung mga nandun. So, it's like a greenhouse gas na tumutulong sa pag-envelope ng pollution. Kaya nai-imbak lahat ng pollution doon sa city ng Dubai. So you can see here, this is not in Dubai, this is in Shanghai, if I'm not mistaken, but it's almost the same. Ano na to, dyan nag-impact, dyan nag-start yung tropospheric ozone. So you can see here, clear yung nasa top, while yung nasa baba, sobrang dilim, wherein we could even draw a line. That's the effects of the secondary pollutants. Nai-imbak lahat ng smogs and pollutants dito sa city nila, kaya yung tao yung nag-damage ng nag-damage. Magkaroon din ng temperature inversion na kung saan instead of hot, cool, cool, naging cool, hot, cool. Nababago yung temperature mismo ng atmosphere, kaya umiinit, lalo na umiinit yung nasa babang part ng atmosphere. Ito yung normal natin. And ito yung nangyari sa temperature inversion. You can see here, warm, cool, cool. Lumalamig, dapat pa dito cool, uminit, saka lumamig. Nabago bigla yung trend ng temperature sa ating atmosphere. Now we've gone all through the basics of what are air pollutants. Para mas magets naman natin kung paano ba binimeasure air pollutants, we have the air quality index. So air quality index is like a measurement. Meron siyang iba't ibang types sa bansa. Meron, depende sa country. Meron tayo USAQI, meron din sarili sa Taiwan. Kumbaga, depende sa kung anong region, kung anong ginagamit nila. Pero ang pinaka-standard na ginagamit is yung USAQI. And kinocompute siya for each of the primary pollutant na binanggit kanina, kinocompute siya individually, gano'n ba siya concentrated. And then para makuha yung general na AQI for that area is meron two methods. Merong isang highest factor, kung saan kung ano yung highest na pa score sa pollutant, yun yung maging AQI niya. At meron din tayong cumulative or the weighted aggregated values, or like ginagamitan ng weighted means na kung saan magkakaroon ng effect yung bawat pollutant, pero kung ano yung mas mabigat, yun pa rin yung magdedetermine kung ano ba yung AQI. And after measure ng mga AQI natin, ito na yung meaning niya. So for values of index, an AQI of 0 to 50 means an air quality is satisfactory. Wala pa masyadong dumi and lahat is nahahinga pa na ayos. 51 to 100, air moderate, quality is acceptable. However, they may risk for some people. Medyo goods pa talaga to. And 0 to 100, ito yung ambient air quality. Kailangan hindi ka lalagpas sa 100. Ibig sabihin nun, maganda pa yung air quality sa lugar ninyo. Advanced nila magpas na 100 to 150. Members of sensitive groups may experience health effects, yung mga sensitive masyado, madadali na sila dito. And pagdating sa 151 to 200, hindi lang sensitive groups, almost everyone will be affected. Magkakasakit na lahat, almost lahat. And pagdating sa 200 to 300, yun na. Health effects is increased for everyone. Magkakasakit na lahat ng mas malala. Pagdating ng 300 and higher, sakit ng mas malala. It's like, pwede na mag-declare ng state of emergency if ganito kalala. Maging consistent na ganito kataas yung values. So, since we're talking about Dubai, nasa ang banda dito yung Dubai. How bad is Dubai? So as you can see here, in May 18, 2022, just the other day, the AQI for Dubai reached 788. It's like almost triple of its second one. It's in the hazardous, the most delikado uh, na category. Ibig sabihin, ganyan kalala yung nangyari sa Dubai. So it is not consistent. Minsan bumababa siya up to 200 to 400. But as you can see, at one point, it reached the most dangerous category. Ganun na kalala yung nangyari sa Dubai. Siguro kaya ganun kalala yung 60,000 deaths and 600,000 6 million plus na affected. Kasi ganyan, lumalala na siya. As you can see here, dito siya sa near bottom. Ganun ang kalalain nangyari sa Dubai. So breaking down yung 788 na US AQI, we have this breakdowns of the primary pollutant. As you can see, PM10 yung pinakamalala, which reached about 891 microgram per cubic meter. Yung particulate matter na pag ininhil natin diretso sa loob ng katawan. So yung pinakamalala at nagdudulot ng problema sa Dubai. Ngayon, alamin naman natin, bakit nga ba ganito kadumi ang air sa ating Dubai? Back to you, Jessica.
So for this presentation, we're just going to discuss the three main causes of air pollution in Dubai. So next slide. So the first one is the reason that the country is the country heavily relies on its natural resources of fossil fuels to provide much of its energy. So kilala nga ang UAE or Dubai as oil and natural sa kanilang oil and natural gas reserves. So itong fossil fuels na to kapag nag-burn or kapag nag-undergo siya ng combustion, mag-release siya ng pollutant na nabanggit nga ni Rolly kanina, which is yung nitrogen oxide. So, next slide. So another cause is the vehicular emissions. So yung private vehicles are used more often than public transportation. So sa Dubai kasi yung landscape niya nagre-require siya ng talaga ng cars para ma-navigate mo ng mas maayos, kaya mas prevalent yung private vehicles kaysa sa paggamit ng public transportation. And alam naman natin na yung mostly ng mga cars na to ay gumagamit ng gasoline and diesel. So kapag nag-burn naman tong gasoline and diesel, nagkakaroon sila ng byproducts na nitrogen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, benzene, and formaldehyde. So yun nga yung mga pollutants na binanggit ni Rolly kanina. So yung next slide. Last ay yung mga industrial sites such as desalinization plants. Dahil isa to sa major source of sulfur oxide. So nakita natin na yung pinaka main talagang cause ng air pollution sa Dubai ay yung factories and vehicular emissions. So paano ba nagko-contribute dito yung globalization? So yung Dubai kasi is the most populous city sa UAE. And if i-compare mo siya sa ibang city rin sa UAE, mas makikita mo na talaga na mas industrialized and developed siya compared sa kunwari Abu Dhabi na mas na-preserve yung culture sa mga structures pa lang makikita mo like yung Dubai sobrang rami nilang skyscrapers and mga plants talaga. So dito din nagkakaroon ng maraming maraming opportunities yung mga tao. Kaya nga gaya ng sabi kanina, mga 92% ng population nila ay non-Emiratis or mga foreigners dahil pumupunta sila sa Dubai to grab the opportunity. So dahil dito nagkakaroon din ng population bloom na nagkukos nga ng need ng mas malaking demand sa water na nag-result sa paggamit ng desalinization plants. And yung population bloom din, syempre kapag mas maraming mga tao, mas maraming mga cars, and mas marami ding businesses na matatayo sa oil and gas industry. So dito makikita natin kung paano napalala ng globalization yung problem ng air pollution sa Dubai. So next, Janreb.
So, what can we do? Ngayon, titingnan muna natin kung ano-ano yung mga strategies or mga ginawa ng Dubai or yung UAE mismo na bansa sa issue na ito. So una, isa sa kanilang current improvements ay ang pag-advokasya ng green mobility. Ito ay ang pag-promote ng electric cars at sa article ng MediaWire na pinampublish noong 2022, ine-estimate nila na by 2030 magkakaroon ng mas maraming electric cars kumpara sa regular cars. Kaya nila pinopromote ito nang sa gayon ay mabawasan yung pagkakaroon ng emission ng iba-iba pang mga chemicals na nagdudulot ng air pollution. Isa pang current improvements ay yung paggamit ng green walls and roofs on architecture. Green walls are walls having hanging plants on a wall at yun ay define sa pag-aaral ni Hagag 2020. At ang green walls at roofs na terminolohiya ay isa siya sa passive techniques sa larang ng architecture kung saan nilalagyan mo ng halaman yung mga pader sa building mo. Ito ay nakatutulong talaga dahil isa itong pagpapabawas sa air pollutants hindi lamang sa labas kundi pati sa loob ng mga buildings. Alam naman natin na Dubai ay isa sa mga city na maraming buildings sa loob kaya kapag naglagay tayo ng mga green plants sa pader ay nag-help itong ma-improve yung air quality sa loob. Bukod pa rito, isa pa sa current improvements nila ay ang, next slide please, ay ang pagkakaroon ng air quality sensors. Lahat ng data na nakuha natin sa previous slides ay dulot ng pagkakaroon nitong mga sensors na to. Sa ngayon, meron 3 na nakalocate sa Dubai, tulad na nakikita sa picture. At ito ay nagpo-provide ng real-time information on the air quality sa Dubai mismo. Ayan. Now, as suggestions, these are strategies for improvements for the issue on air pollution. Number 1 is the transition away to fossil fuels. Combustion of fossil fuels reduce emission of air pollutants. That, of course, because kapag nag-transition tayo mula sa fossil fuels, kasi alam natin yung fossil fuels, nag-emit yan ng mga carbon emissions and minsan pag incomplete pa yung combustion, bad chemicals like carbon monoxide and others. Ayun. So, pag ganun, yung green advocacy natin na pag-switch to electric cars is malaking tulong talaga yan. Next is the development of transport system. Yun yung pagkakaroon ng improvement of public transport with concern to public health. So, kailangan natin i-improve yung public transport hindi lang dahil sa gusto nating mapabilis yung paglalakbay from one point to another, kundi pati rin sa concern ng health ng mamamayan na mabawasan yung carbon emission o mabawasan yung air pollution sa environment. Next is a social movement on sustainable energy. So simply, in simple terms, it's the use of renewable energy against fossil fuels and use of sustainable products. Ayan. And lastly, information dissemination. Being aware is better than no knowledge about it. So kaya kailangan din at mahalaga rin talaga ang pagkakaroon ng kaalaman tungkol sa mga ganitong issue. Tulad nga ng kasabihan, mas mabuti na ang may marami alam. Ayun.
And so as a summary, we've seen how globalization made Dubai really, really great. A lot of world records, 92% of its population, even travelers from other countries. But at the same time, we've seen how this globalization is the one that killed Dubai and its people. Diba? We can see since Dubai is known as one of the major sources of oils and fuels in the whole world, as it as globalization makes it improve, and so the other nations, mas kailangan niya mag-produce ng ganun karaming fuel para makasupply dun sa ibang nation. And since they are all interconnected, mas madali na may pasa ng Dubai yung mga pinoproduce nito sa ibang bansa. So mas maraming opportunities. Siyempre yung companies, hindi siya magpapahuli kahit silang sira na yung paligid nila. Patuloy lang sila sa pag-produce at pagkita ng pera. Yung sa vehicles, na there's a study na nagsasabing in 2006, there's just about 740,000 vehicles in Dubai. But simula nung naging center to ng vehicle usage and production, nag-jump ito to 1.4 million in 2014. And next year, 2023, mayroong prediction na aabot na ito sa 27 million. 27 million vehicles na ginagamit at nagpo-produce sa Dubai. Imagine kung gano'ng kalaking damage sa atmosphere and sa environment yung magpo-produce na yun. At yung huli nating nakita, yung factories like desalinization. Since Dubai does not have any good source of fresh water, it has to destroy the environment through factories just to get a basic need. Doon pa lang makikita natin na yung globalization, it helps a country to develop and improve, but at the same time, it kills it at some part on the inside. Para mabuhay yung mga nasa Dubai, para lang makainom sila ng tubig, kailangan nilang patayin yung atmosphere nila. They have really no safe option just to survive. So, pag sinabi natin globalization, I think you would never forget this, na napakamarami niyang ginagawang maganda, but at the same time, its effect on people is really harsh. And I guess that ends our report. Again, I am General Deacon Dukto, together with my group mates, John Rev
James A. Cusio,
and Jessica De La Cruz. And thank you for listening. Goodbye. Oops.